Hey y'all, welcome to another match of the Super Metroid multi-category randomizer tournament. We've got Skarsnik versus GamerX459 today. It's a Week 7 matchup, and the Week 7 settings, well, they're a lot of fun. There's going on today because we've got basically everything randomized as far as the Varia randomizer can go. We've got full item randomizer, full area randomize, and boss shuffle on. And the only semblance of normalcy these runners will have is the fact that it is full countdown, so they will be able to see how many major item is in each area. Now, Skarsnik and GamerX are two of the newer runners. I think Skarsnik's actually been around for a while, but I believe he focuses more on Link to the Past and other things like that. Well, GamerX actually basically just started playing the game for this tournament. And he said in the race room that he recently got a new any percent personal best right before this, so he's feeling good. That's what you like to hear, for sure. We've got a interesting start. We are starting in Bubble Mountain. That means this item here has to be Varia Suit. Here at the Bubble Mountain Missile. It also most likely means, not even most likely, one of the two items up in Speed Booster has to be Morph Ball. Both of the super door leading to the Speed Booster farm room and the missile door that actually leads to Speed Booster itself, I believe, are both changed to blue doors so that you have access to enough items early on. And hopefully both of the runners know that they need to go there in order to actually get Morph Ball, because if they go the other way, they will likely not find anything. And it looks like we do see both runners going up towards Speed Booster. You can see this is a blue door, even though it hasn't been opened yet. GamerX going to get up first. Skarsnik going for the much more difficult wall jumps from the bottom. GamerX, meanwhile, did the setup from inside of the save room, just to get up to the higher ledge to wall jump off of. Skarsnik doing it. This wall jump is very tight. You have to wall jump very low on the little gap there that he's trying to wall jump on, or else you just bonk and you can't actually get up. Unfortunately, Skarsnik actually got the hard wall part of the wall jump, and then he ended up not quite being able to make his way back up. But yeah, Skarsnik, I'd like to see him just go into the save room at this point. But we do see Morph Ball there for GamerX, as I mentioned, as well as an E-Tank in the ceiling, which is always nice to have, especially in a Norfair start, because even with Varia, he'll take a decent amount of damage. It is a little bit rough that he didn't find any ammo, though, so he can't actually check Wave or the Norfair Reserve. Just kind of has to bail on Norfair from here. The question is just which way do you want to go out of Norfair, because he didn't even check high jump or ice. Yeah, GamerX. I guess you could check this from the lower door, but I don't actually know if it's in logic. Skarsnik got that wall jump. Good job there. Yeah, we'll see if there's any ammo here for GamerX. I do not are in logic, but they are doable. There is a missile. That would be nice if GamerX can get it. He needs to wall jump a little bit further out from this platform so that the moving platform will lower for him. Unfortunately, he got it, but then fell down and couldn't get back up in time, so the platform moved back up. Yeah, this is really tricky here. I would not be opposed to seeing GamerX leave, and it looks like that's just what he's going to do. There will most likely be more missiles somewhere. Potentially in Cathedral. Hopefully neither of the runners forget about that. So, we might actually... If Skarsnik doesn't try to do this wave check, then we're actually going to have some sync with both runners having a little bit of trouble doing different tricks, but ending up in the same spot on their way out of Norfair. Yeah, Skarsnik going to go down. Yeah, both runners going to realize they do need to go through the heck runs. Not actually that dangerous with Variasuit, but it can be a little bit tricky with no movement item. There from Skarsnik. Not intentional, but it was cool. And yeah, he can't actually go back because he doesn't have any ammo. So this is a one-way trip for both runners. Skarsnik did not check the Cathedral item. Or he did, but he went down the wrong one. He needs to go down this one over here. These enemies are actually a little bit dangerous. Skarsnik needs to be careful. He actually doesn't have the health to check the item anymore. That's problematic. And that is Skarsnik taking an early death. GamerX not in a great spot either. What he needs to do is go to the edge and shoot down. Alright, he got it. He needs to be careful, but with the Varia changes in Randomizer, he can actually do this pretty safely. Because you take less damage from the lava. Just needs to get out real quick. Alright, nice. Still needs to be careful. There is another Garuda, these flying enemies are called. There's another one above him that, as you can see, even with the Variasuit, does 30 damage. You don't really think about it, but in a position like this, where you don't really have any items, these guys are pretty dangerous. Yeah, chat pointing out, normally in the vanilla game, you would have Spazer Beam at this point to deal with these enemies a little bit more efficiently. Do you have the missiles? We'll see if GamerX uses some missiles on these. Looks like he's content to just keep on using his P-shots. Wants to save 5 missiles to actually open the high jump door. Makes sense. That is pretty much the only thing in logic for GamerX and later Skarsnik. Now these enemies are also pretty dangerous. These will do 40, so GamerX can only take 1 hit. He's going to dodge them though. That was really nice. See, doesn't have bombs, so can't actually get out from this way. You need to go from the bottom here for GamerX and actually shoot the shot blocks below the door and then wall jump up. Looks like he got it. And he is going to farm up a little bit of health, just to top his health off before entering high jump. Obviously, high jump itself isn't super dangerous. There's nothing too scary there besides, you know, this one little Nova. He's a quick boy though. But just getting health topped off for whatever area GamerX is going to next after checking these high jump items. Well, that is a very nice item to find, huh? That is the gravity suit, and here we're going to see the advantage of full countdown. GamerX knows where every major item in this area is. He's found both suits and morph. So he knows that nothing else here is going to be a major item. Now that he's found one of each ammo pack, I would imagine he just doesn't bother checking anything else in this area. Skarsnik gonna save this time after getting that morph ball and Variasuit. Not a bad idea for sure. He's thinking about checking ice. I'd say there's no need, but obviously, even if he doesn't find any major items, he could still find some extra ammo, some extra E-tanks. Nice mock ball there for GamerX. Yeah, super missiles and energy tanks are still definitely valuable for the two runners at this point. Skarsnik, I do not believe is going to be surviving this because there's a villain on top of him. Oh dear. He saved this time though, so he does have Varian Morph still. But this is a pretty tricky start, for sure. Especially for less experienced runners like Skarsnik and GamerX. So it's definitely been nice to see GamerX navigating it as well as he has. Definitely think... I don't want to be too biased in comms towards one runner, but GamerX's, I guess, story in this tournament has been pretty cool because I believe he started playing the game like 2 weeks before the tournament. And I think his first race, he was doing so poorly that he actually wanted to drop out, but I think the community convinced him to stay, and I feel like he's actually improved a lot. You know, you saw, I said earlier, he was able to get a personal best in any percent. I'm not sure exactly what his PB is right now, but so he's still sticking with the game and improving both in a randomizer sense and just a general execution sense. And I think that's really cool to see. I'm glad to see new runners picking up the game and doing well. Skarsnik, meanwhile, just needs to avoid this last enemy here, this Geruda. Then he is out of Cathedral at least. Unfortunately, does not have the health to survive another hit. So I'm gonna need to be careful. Alright, there we go. Of course, this next room is also a little bit dangerous, as previously mentioned. Alright, Skarsnik not quite getting as fortunate with the movement there of the... I don't remember what that one's called. Disgiga? I don't think the small ones are called Disgigas, but... In GamerX's case, that enemy actually jumped over him, so he was able to avoid it, but Skarsnik didn't get as fortunate, and unfortunately the enemy just jumped into him, and now he's in a bit of a precarious position. He's going to find out what GamerX found out initially, that he can't actually go that way. He's careful of his health, actually. Oh no. This is a... this is a rough position here. Oh dear. So GamerX found the ship, the back of Rex's ship. This is a weird spot. If you don't know how to get through this backwards, it's really rough. What he needs to do is actually go on the very left side of his screen right now. You're going to see this block open up. GamerX notices it. There's a block up here. That's how you actually get through, entering from reverse. Just needs to shoot up. There you go. I'm not sure how much he knows about this specific room. It's very tricky to do if you haven't practiced it. Just knowing where everything is, because it is not obvious at all. Either way, he has made it through. The hard part, at least. Gonna take some refills, hoping for super drops, but is not getting them at the moment. Did get a power bomb drop. I believe those are rarer than super missiles, but he got just as many power bombs as he did supers. So if I'm not mistaken, in this randomizer, in I think most full randomizers that we've run in official randomizer tournaments, the wreck ship E-Tank item is actually active. Normally it's not there. Even if you can get to this point, the item itself is not there until the ship is awake. But in this randomizer, it will be there. So if GamerX knows that, he can actually go check that item. It's actually a much easier check. It doesn't matter because he has gravity, but it's a much easier check with the ship off because you don't need to do the tricky jump across the last gap. GamerX. Yeah, the fact that the door is red actually tells you. Because normally when the ship is off, that door is blue. And it actually turns red after the ship turns on. Fun fact. It's a weird quirk of the game that you're never really going to get to see in a casual playthrough. Alright. Skarsnik has a lot more health than he did previously. Well, say that, but then the Garuda does a lot of damage still. I think it looks like what he's going to do is check the boss initially. See if it's something he can kill. He can technically do anything but Ridley on this loadout, but I imagine unless it's Kraid or Fantoon, we're probably going to see a reset, because a Dragon fight here would be really annoying. He does see that there's one item in East Meridia, and it looks like he... I think he's just gonna reset in a way here on these turrets. I don't know exactly. I know it looks like GamerX is playing on an emulator. I don't know exactly what his reset bind is. It might be weird. Yeah, to answer in chat, this was a bubble mountain start. The runners didn't get any early ammo, just got an E-Tank, and now have to do this dangerous reverse run over to the business center elevator. Unfortunately, with just 5 missiles, it is very difficult. Skarsnik has not had the best time of it. GamerX was actually able to get through first try, but he had to do some scary stuff to get through. Alright, Skarsnik with ammo now is able to kill these scary enemies. And he's done with the hard part. Now just needs to get this wall jump out of the room. This is a lot easier than the Bubble Mountain wall jump I was talking about, that Skarsnik was initially going for. You have a little bit more room to actually do the wall jump. You can actually do it from the left side. Looks like Skarsnik is trying from the right. There we go. Just in time, too. Just when the crumble block was starting to reappear. So GamerX finds Red Brinstar. There's a lot of door transitions here. Not a lot of items, and none of them are major, but GamerX is still on the hunt for more energy, and more ammo, so it's going to at least do these top of red tower checks. Skarsnik actually needs some missiles in order to check high jump, and that Nova didn't drop anything. That's rude. He can just enter, he can reload the room. He was a little scared going back in here, but fortunately he can just leave right away. Doesn't need to worry about any of the scary stuff that lurks down below. There we go. Now he has 5 missiles. So Skarsnik is going to get his power bombs and supers, and I believe gravity was the other item here. Yep, there it is. GamerX not getting the best ammo luck, just finding 2 missiles here at Alpha Power Bombs. And we'll see where he decides to go from here. Like I said, he has a lot of door transitions to enter through. And finding more items, especially like a dense item location, like Green Brinstar or potentially Critaria, would be nice at this point. I guess Critaria isn't the most item dense. But basically, GamerX just wants to go where the items are right now, with no movement items and no weaponry. He is, even with both suits, he doesn't have a whole lot that he can actually do at the moment. Fortunately, there are a lot of area transitions going down Red Tower. As I mentioned, there are 6 in this area actually. 6 area transitions. We know one of them leads to the front of Rex's ship. I don't think GamerX checked the other one at the top, and this is the Green Brinstar elevator, but there are no major items here. Wow. GamerX gonna go. There are still a lot of items, and he is still looking for ammo and health. Plus, there's the 2 door transitions on the other side of this room that could lead to important one-ways, like Kraid's Lair or Crocomire. Quick, get the mock ball there. Okay, so the other one was back of LN. That's right. I saw someone in chat say that, and I just didn't pay attention to it. I believe that was the door that normally leads to Brinstar from the Norfair elevator. Skarsnik is thinking about this, but I don't think he wants to do this. There are 2 items. It looks like what he actually wants to do is just check this one right here. It's a bomb block. There you go. There is a major item there. That is Wave Beam, but unfortunately Skarsnik doesn't have a great way out. Has to be a little bit careful here. I think this Wave Beam will do damage to the pirates, but it will be very slow. Actually, Skarsnik's gonna keep going. He doesn't have the ammo to kill Ridley, but he can kill the other 2 fairly comfortably. I don't want to say a 5-missile Fantoon fight is ever comfortable, but with both suits, you should be safe at least. And the other item is another missile. So GamerX here, he has made his way through Green Brinstar just to check these 2 doors at the back. This one, we'll see if GamerX wants to go through this. There are 3 items right above him, and there aren't a lot of items in the rest of the area. And he does see that one of those items is a major, but is going to decide to keep going down to check the other door first. Might double back towards that. We are about to get a raid from SpeedGaming 2. Shoutouts to them, whatever they were doing. For those of you just joining us, this is a full area, full item boss shuffle randomizer with full countdown, so they can at least see which they could see how many major items are in each of the locations they find. I don't know if Skarsnik is going to be able to get out of this position. I'm not gonna lie. This is not the spot you want to find yourself in. GamerX also thinking about going down to Lower Norfair. Gonna decide against it. I do not blame him there. I believe GamerX does know where the other Lower Norfair entry is. Oh, Skarsnik is all the way back here. Oh no. That's not good. We'll need to go back through the... back towards the business center. Let's get in this pipe, check this item. It's just another missile. A little bit unfortunate for GamerX that all the items that he's been checking have been basically nothing but missiles and a few supers. Really wants some more energy and power bombs, as well as super missiles, so he's finding some of those at least, but not getting the best items for himself at the moment. That's SpeedGaming 3 also raiding. Oh man. Alright, so GamerX, I'm gonna take this save. This is placed here in Area Rando just because there are no saves actually in this area normally. In this West Meridia. So the game put a few extras just so you have a place to save in this area. So GamerX gonna be on the hunt for the major item here. These fish do not take a lot of damage with just pea shooter. I think GamerX thinks that the item is back here in this crevice, but as it turns out, there is nothing over here. I don't know why it's in the vanilla game. There's actually just this area over here that has nothing in it. So shoutouts to here. You don't get to see this very often. Unless you're a map completion runner, I guess. GamerX just gonna need to power bomb to get through this crevice. This is a very tricky jump otherwise. Alright, I didn't see, but Skarsnik seems to have made it through. Made it back into Business Center. Well, that's good, because that was giving me a little trouble earlier on. Good to see him get that right away after taking the death in Lower Norfair. Alright, so 2 items are here for GamerX. And one of them is a major, and it's an important one too, Speed Booster. That is a really good find, plus more energy. Really good stuff here for GamerX. And we'll see where he decides to go from here. There's still a lot of major items to be found, and we've seen a lot of the normally stacked areas, and they don't have anything. They found everything in Upper Norfair. There's nothing in Green Brinstar. Nothing in Red Brinstar. So what, 2 in Lower Norfair, 1 in Ship, 1 in East Meridia. So there's 4 items there. The runners still have 12 to find, and what's left is... what? Croc, and Critaria, and Critaria. So those 3 must be stacked. Those 3 areas. Unless I'm missing something. I wonder where GamerX is off to now. I think he's just gonna check the doors here at the bottom of this area. Might go to Mama Turtle as well, but he does have a nice way to check it with that speed booster. I don't know how much he needs to though, but we have seen GamerX. He's playing very thorough, wants to find as much energy as he can, as much ammo as he can early on. He's gonna skip Mama Turtle though. I don't blame him. This is how I would like to see a lot of newer runners approach the game. Just play safe. I do see Skarsnik going back into Lower Norfair, but I wonder if he's actually going to full commit this time, or if he's just going to get Wave Beam and get out. These guys don't actually take damage from power bombs, I think. So Skarsnik is actually in a little bit of trouble. Whew. They do take damage from Wave Beam, at least, I think. Maybe they don't. I don't actually know. GamerX is going into East Meridia. Don't know if there's anything for him to do here. Oh, they don't take damage from Wave. It's actually just Spazer or Plasma. That's really sad. I actually didn't know that. I thought it took damage from any species. Well, fortunately, Skarsnik back at Bubble Mountain once again. I would like to see him just not bother with Lower Norfair. There's only one other item, and it could be in a very dangerous spot without really any good way to traverse Lower Norfair. I would like to see Skarsnik just bail and check the rest of the map. As we know, the other door at the top of the elevator leads into Red Tower, and there's a lot of things to do off of Red Tower. Or no, it doesn't. It leads to Wreck's ship, and he is able to get all the way through with Gravity Suit, and then that leads to Red Tower. The other side of ship. Okay. Yeah, GamerX, not sure exactly where he's going to go. I think he saved after getting Speed Booster, I believe. Definitely saved in East Meridia. Or in West Meridia, rather. He's in East Meridia right now. Tell Skarsnik is getting more comfortable with the movement through here. I say that, and the Garuda blocks him from getting to the door. It looks like GamerX is just going to go back. Doesn't want to go down here. This door is not open until you beat Dragon. Oh my goodness, Skarsnik. You see, he was caught in a really rough spot there. The start of the seed was Bubble Mountain. So Skarsnik did lose a little bit of progress. Gravity Suit is on the other side of Norfair in Business Center or in High Jump. And unfortunately, without very good weaponry, Skarsnik is having a little bit of trouble navigating from Bubble Mountain to Business Center. He was able to get it a couple times, but both times tried to... GamerX could be checking the sand pits. Chat is right about that. He's going towards Shack Tool, but I don't think he can do anything at Shack Tool. Not without Grappler Ice. Or enough power bombs to Crystal Flash clip, I suppose. But unfortunately, GamerX also does not have that. mean, you are seeing a little bit of inexperience with full rando. There's a lot of weird item checks that are sometimes required in full rando. It doesn't look like GamerX is super comfortable with knowing where they all are. So it's kind of resorting to the places where he knows items are, as in right here at Shack Tool, but he can't actually get there right now. Skarsnik, meanwhile, is back in business center. I'd like to see him save here. He has died a couple times and had to do the trek all the way back. I would like to see him take the save. At least after getting gravity. I do wonder what GamerX is actually trying to do. At this point, he might actually just be farming for health, just to get back. But he isn't going to get into Shack Tool from this way. These are crumble blocks, and he has no way to actually get... You can't break crumble blocks from down below. That enemy jumped out of existence. Jumped off the edge of the screen and did not come back down. I think what he's actually trying to do is get a powerbomb drop. Maybe he thinks that's what he needs, but that still won't get him through a crumble block from the south entrance. Did Skarsnik save? I hope he did. Either way, going to be going through... Actually going back into Bubble Mountain, it looks like. Fortunately, he didn't check, or maybe he did check and just didn't want to go through it. The other transition at the top of the elevator, which would have been back of Lower Norfair, or back of Wreck Ship, rather. He found back of Lower Norfair. So... might just want to check the other areas in Upper Norfair, see if he finds anything. There are 3 here that the runners have not seen yet. There's Croc, Pre-Lava Dive, and Single Chamber. And they are all in logic right now with these power bombs. GamerX. Did he get hit through the door? Oh no. So, oh, he actually took the save at the East Meridia elevator. I kind of hope he just goes back up through the elevator, though. I don't think there's really much for him to do here in East Meridia. He can technically go over to Aqueduct and check... He can check the sand pits. He can actually check through Botwoon. He could clear the area with Speed Booster, actually. I kind of forgot about that. But... given that he doesn't know where the boss is, or what the boss is, rather, he knows it's not Dragon. So it could be Ridley, it could be Phantoon or Kraid, but I think GamerX is just going to take... he's going to leave the area. What he needs to do here... So, if you find yourself in this situation, he's got Speed Booster, which is why he isn't able to jump high enough to get the wall jump off the ledge. What he needs to do is actually hold jump and then press a direction. Like, press the direction away from the way he's facing, because that will do a full height jump even with Speed Booster. And so that'll be easier than what GamerX is doing here, where he's just running from the save door. Yeah, if you ever find yourself in this situation, that's what you want to do. Just hold jump on that ledge right below the walls, and then just press away from the direction you're facing. Press the direction away from that you're facing. Either way, though, GamerX is going to get back up to the elevator. Yeah, you could also just not hold run and jump, because that would give you full jump height with Speed Booster as well. Just another weird little mechanic, little quirk in how the physics work in this game. That if you're not super familiar with all the possible item loadouts... Where is Skarsnik? Is this the map station? Are we actually about to see a high five here? No, he's in Red Brinstar. This is the tube. This is the top of the tube. I think. No, it's the bottom of the tube. I saw one block in Meridia. I wasn't exactly sure which block it was. I didn't see him actually enter the area. Either way, bottom of a tower, it's a good place for Skarsnik to be. Did we say this for GamerX? Well, maybe we did. So we kind of did have a high five, although GamerX avoided it by going into the map station. And I imagine he'll be happy to see Red Tower. I think we're gonna see him go back through it. So, funny enough, our runners are back to being pretty close together. The difference, of course, being that GamerX has a lot more knowledge, as well as that speed booster. And a lot of missiles, as well. But in terms of progress, they're actually very close. Just because GamerX went through a lot of the game, but wasn't able to actually accomplish a whole lot. So like I said, he knows where a lot of areas are, but he doesn't actually have them completed. So he will need to go back for them. He's going to be checking this transition up here. There's Critaria, and there's where a lot of our items are hiding. There's 4 major items here. As I mentioned, I believe there had to be 8 in the last 3 areas of Critaria, Crate, and Crocomire. So we have either a stacked Crate or a stacked Croc, or potentially both. But we definitely have a stacked Criteria. GamerX gonna get this great refill here at the ship. Unfortunately, doesn't actually have a great way through Gauntlet without another pack of power bombs. He can technically Shine Spark through the front, but that will cost him a lot of energy. And a lot of setup, since he'll have to get up to the front of Gauntlet and then open the door and then do a spark from a different location in the room. Yes, looks like that is where he's going, though. At least to enter Gauntlet. He might just check the front, and then if it's nothing that... If it's not a major item, he'll just save and leave. Here's an E-Tank here for Skarsnik. The seat has been pretty light on E-Tanks. A lot of these minor items have just been missiles, as we can see from GamerX, having 40 missiles, but still only 2 E-Tanks and 1 power bomb pack. GamerX gonna put off Gauntlet for now. There's the second power bomb pack. I believe GamerX only checked the first item in this room, or in this area, the Green Brinstar Reserve. Only checked the item under the bridge, so didn't get that E-Tank, and didn't get this second power bomb pack. So that's actually a pretty nice advantage for Skarsnik at the moment. Just having more power bombs. Yeah, here's another Varia change. No matter what the item is at Bomb Chorizo, you do have to do the fight in full rando with these settings. GamerX opted to take the super pack regardless, and I would probably do the same. There's another E-Tank for Skarsnik here at Edigoons. GamerX looks for one of the 4 major items here in Critaria. It won't be a suit, of course, since they have both of them. We also know where Wave Beam is. That is in Lower Norfair. Every other item is in Logic, including Charge, Ice Beam, Plasma Beam, Space Jump, Screw Attack. Even something like Vanilla Bombs or Spazer would be much appreciated for these runners, given how low equipped they are at the moment. GamerX not gonna check under Old Mother Brain. Doesn't have enough power bombs to actually do all the checks here, though. So might be thinking about that. Skarsnik got a 3rd power bomb pack somewhere. I didn't see where. There's Space Jump for GamerX, meanwhile, at Morph. That's a nice item to find for sure. Gives him so much more mobility, especially with that gravity suit. Means he won't really need to worry about anything in Meridia. And that power bomb pack is actually huge for GamerX. This does let him go over and check all the items over by Billy Mays and Beta Missiles. And it looks like that's where he's going immediately. That is a very timely power bomb pack. He is going to be very happy to see that. I would have to imagine. And here, Skarsnik is where we actually saw GamerX earlier. Here in the back of West Meridia, towards Aqueduct. Looks like Skarsnik is also going to be going up to check the items above him. So he will be rewarded with that speed booster. Presumably. A little bit surprised GamerX is going for this missile pack. I think he's got a lot of missiles right now. Just need to control the space jump, and it can be a little bit awkward, as you can see. He's able to get that missile, though. There's another one. Skarsnik needs to get this jump up. I think we actually GamerX powerbomb these bugs. Skarsnik just gonna opt to shoot them down so we can get this wall jump out. There we go. We're rewarded with speed booster and an energy tank. Meanwhile, we still don't know where the major items are in Critaria. We just found that space gem. But all that was over by the Alpha and Beta missile were just a bunch of ammo. So we'll see where GamerX opts to go from here. I would expect that we continue to see a methodical series of checks through Critaria. He might also opt to check the door, but that could be a one-way trip. He does need more power bombs to actually get back out. Just gonna go up the elevator. Hopefully he remembers to check Old Mother Brain, because he didn't do that on the way down. Alright, looks like GamerX is making the check, and just another missile. Wow. Where are the Critaria items? There's the 3 in Gauntlet, 1 in Terminator. There's Critaria Powerbomb, and there's Climb Supers. So in those 6 items, there are 3 majors. Good news is, with that second Powerbomb pack, GamerX will be able to check all of the items at Gauntlet. I was thinking about doing the Climb Super check, but with only 2 Powerbombs, he does risk getting soft locked. So he's not going to bother with it for now. Skarsnik going to see the front of Lower Norfair now. Don't expect him to go back into Lower Norfair. He is thinking about it, taking a moment to pause and figure out what his next course of action is going to be. Also, there's one more item in Critaria. There's the moat. I forgot about that. There's the moat missile. So there's 7 items in Critaria, and 3 of them are major items. Alright, well now there are 6. They're all pretty spread out. I would actually like to see GamerX check the back of Gauntlet to see if there's anything there. Does need a powerbomb for that though. But he will get 2 powerbombs back from it. Looks like he's not going to do that right now. Gonna check these doors first. And hey, there's Vanillatarian. Funny to see in a full area. Didn't check the other one though. Looks like he's just farming ammo. Or not. There are some Kagos in the next room. Yeah, I think he was hoping for a lucky powerbomb drop, but didn't get one. Fortunately, there are these guys here, which will drop powerbombs, almost guaranteed. And what is behind Gauntlet? High jump and plasma. Okay, GamerX is going back for those. He does have enough powerbombs to get through, and he has space jump, which makes it a lot safer. And, yeah, GamerX not even going to hesitate. He knows exactly where he's going to go from here. Still looking for most of the... I guess we have found most of the boss areas because we've seen Ship and Lower Norfair and East Meridia. Runners just need a little bit better equipment to deal with those, especially since Dragon was at Fantoon, so GamerX could probably go back and do it now with ammo. We'll see when he ends up routing that back in, though. He's still got a lot more to go. Obviously, the best case here would be charge at Gauntlet, because that would put him energy away from go mode. And to be fair, you do generally want a little bit of extra energy. Just having a 3E10 go mode is not always what you actually want in Randomizer, but it is technically go mode in terms of being able to complete the game. There's an energy tank, but unfortunately not charge beam. So there's one more major item. You got Climb Super, Moat, or Critaria Power Bomb. But careful. Fortunately, it doesn't take a whole lot of damage from the acid. Once again, the various suit changes. Putting in work. I actually don't know if that removes or if that reduces acid damage beyond what it normally does. I don't think it does, actually. That was a silly comment. Alright, he is going to be careful to break both of the crumble blocks so he can get both items. Because he wants both of these. High jump is very nice, especially with speed booster, because moving around with speed and no high jump can be really awkward. And plasma beam needs less of an explanation. It's just a big firepower upgrade, even without charge beam yet. So there's one item left. We'll see if GamerX wants to check it, or if he just wants to leave the area. He's thinking about it. Looks like he's going to bail. Just check this other door that he hasn't seen yet. And it is back to Norfair. So, if GamerX is comfortable with the gate glitch here, what he could do is actually go across the Acid Snake's room and go check Croc. He does need to do a gate glitch though, without wave beam. He does need to use a missile or a super missile. He's shooting too late right now. You want to shoot right when... There you go. You don't want to shoot after you're pressed up against the gate. You want to shoot right when you press up against the gate. Because you want your shot to be... Or I guess right before you press up against the gate. Because you want your shot to have a faster speed. So it can actually clip through the gate. If you're pressed up against the gate, it won't go fast enough to actually get through the gate. And it'll just stay in place. So GamerX has this check now. And we're back in Red Brinstar. This actually gives GamerX access to... you can take this path. Well, this isn't the best path, but he can go to the bottom, go into the West Meridia map station, and then go from there to East Meridia and fight the boss there. He is able to kill any boss here with this loadout, technically. Looks like he's actually going back to ship, which is also smart, because he knows that this is Dragon. And with Speed Booster and with a lot of ammo, he is in a much more comfortable position to fight Dragon than he was before. Hopefully he remembers to check spooky missiles, because I don't think he did that the first time he was here. Looks like he did not... Okay, he's going back for it. Oh, never mind. I was just going back for the ghost. The save room is one above. There it is. It's right across from the entrance. You can remember it that way. Skarsnik is going to commit over towards Aqueduct. We did see GamerX go this way, but it was after he took a lot of damage. And after he died, he just went back up the elevator. Skarsnik, with the speed booster, unless this is Ridley, he is able to get all the way through this. He's able to fight the boss, 1 in 3 chance. And can do all of the Aqueduct checks, as well as all the Sandpit checks. So that's 6 items right there that could be the major in the area. And there's still a lot of big ticket items that are available. There's mainly Screw Attack and Charge Beam, but Ice Beam is also pretty important as well. Well, there's the item immediately. It's Grapple Beam. Gonna help whenever Skarsnik is able to find Dragon. He does know where Red Tower is, and the top of Red Tower leads to front of ship. So once he gets back there and gets to checking all of the Red Tower transitions, he will be able to find it pretty quickly. Unfortunately, Skarsnik actually still only has 5 super missiles. So this is a pretty awkward Botwoon fight if that's what Skarsnik is setting up for. I would much rather him just check the sand pits here, to be honest. Even though it's slow, I think he needs the end. He needs to hope that there's some super missiles down there. And he knows that whatever he'll find won't be a major item, so it won't be something that doesn't help him in the short term, like Phaser or X-Ray. Something like that. GamerX doesn't need to be too careful. The goo that Dragon spits out at you will drop ammo. He's facing the wrong way though. Dragon with ammo is something that, if you don't know what you're doing, it can be really tricky. Even though it's not dangerous per se, you're never going to run out of ammo because of all the missile drops you get. You do need to be able to get your shots past the goo. What you'll see a lot of people do is actually powerbomb the goo. There's a super pack there for Skarsnik. Now GamerX is actually in a good spot. Once Dragon actually passes you on the screen, she'll stop throwing goo out, actually. So you can let her do that and then run back at her, which you kind of saw GamerX do, although I'm not sure if it was entirely intentional. Excuse me. But there, Dragon has been defeated. We'll see if this is where the... Oh wait, we know this isn't the East Meridia item, because we know where it is. But he does get a super pack, which I think he'll be happy to find. Looks like Skarsnik actually reset. Didn't lock in the super missile. So GamerX still has Spooky Missile to check. I really hope he remembers. I think the map station will reveal it, actually, right? I don't remember if the map station does or not. Oh, well, it's not on anyways, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I haven't used the map station in a while. I don't remember if that map station actually reveals the Spooky Missile. But not important in this position. Yeah, GamerX is just going to bail, it looks like. Gonna take a save, potentially, and... Never mind, he's just gonna leave. I think the map station does reveal Spooky Missile, because once you have the map station active, it'll reveal it, but the room will be active. So it'll be a lot more dangerous. And so you get rewarded for knowing where it is, because you can just get the item for free. Or relatively free, at least. But, if you do use the map station, then you have to go through the dangerous room. I don't remember, though. Yeah, I assume it's not super common to use map stations all that much. I know, like I said, GamerX is a much newer runner. Don't think he's as familiar with just the base game's loadout, or the map layout. So map stations are nice. But yeah, I have not used a map station in a while. I will. Skarsnik checking this door. I don't remember what this was. I think this was up to Critaria. Yeah, Critaria. So this is somewhere Skarsnik definitely wants to be with all these items. Is Skarsnik gonna check him out? Looks like he's setting up for a spark, actually. Not super necessary. He does have gravity, and has a grapple beam, actually. It is a cool spark. Oh, that was just too low. Yeah, your hitbox when you spark is a lot lower than the sprite would indicate. Let's see if this is the last major item. Nope, there's a missile. So it's one of Climb Supers and Criteria Power Bombs is a major item. And if that one of those is Charge Beam, that is awful. But here, 2 items at Crate. Like I said, Crate is stacked. So yeah, 2 items at Crate. We'll see if he can actually get both items. There's only 1 item available right now before killing Kraid. And then there's the item behind Kraid and the Kraid E-Tank, which is locked until Kraid is dead. And it's locked until Kraid is dead, not until the boss at Kraid's location. So if Kraid is not here, then Skarsnik will not have anything else to do after picking up the Spring Ball. Well, we'll see. The only boss we know right now is Dragon at Ship. We actually just have not seen anything else. Lower Norfair has been pretty difficult to access. GamerX might have a better time of it now with Plasma and full movement items. Minus Spring Ball currently. But still not... He has to get back there, and there's not a great way to get back at the moment. And it is Ridley at Kraid, so that's going to be a reset, I believe. Skarsnik gonna... Should have turned off both suits, actually, so he could take damage from Ridley faster. But also should have just reset. I don't know. Once again, I don't know if he's just playing, like, really far away from his console, or has a weird reset keybind. But either way, he did what worked, and he is getting out of there without bothering with the fight. GamerX going to be doing this check. Never mind. He's not going to do this check right now. It is possible with a super missile. Get the wavegate clip. That's a little bit tricky. And there is no major item here. GamerX, I wonder if he's thinking about the fact that he doesn't have charge, and so he just wants to pick up as much ammo as he can. He's actually fairly close to being ammo go mode. He would need 2 more super packs to be technically in go mode. Which isn't really that close, because the super packs have been few and far between. And GamerX has checked a lot of items to get the 35 that he has. You can see Skarsnik only has 5. He has not been finding these at all. Right here with the door closed. There we go. That's not where he wanted to spark. Skarsnik is trying to go to... He needs a refill. He realized... He did the spark up the Gauntlet, but then realized that he didn't have the power bombs necessary to get through. So West Meridia, GamerX can go through here. He can go all the way across to East Meridia. He has a pretty comfortable Botwoon fight, although it might require some super missile farming. And then from there, he can find the boss, which we now know is not going to be Ridley. Because we know Ridley is at Kraid. This has been a pretty rough seed, yeah. Even though they got both suits early, they've been running with pretty low equipment outside of suits and no charge. It's only recently that GamerX got these movement items. This space jump and high jump, excuse me, both of which were in Critaria. One of which Skarsnik is about to get right now alongside his Plasma Beam, because those are both at back of Gauntlet. Plasma Beam and high jump. And hey, we're in... One way or another, we're back in Aqueduct. I think Skarsnik actually went through that transition and I just didn't notice. I'm not gonna lie. Skarsnik did make this difficult. Oh no, he's gonna miss Plasma. I think he's gonna go back for it. I would at least at this point. GamerX is just gonna go into Botwoon. Not gonna bother checking any of the items. Unfortunately, that means he won't find Grapple yet. But he's already killed Dragon, so Grapple isn't super valuable. Those are really tight jumps there for GamerX. Doing those with high jump is actually kind of impressive. Like, able to get the morph ball into through the pipe that quickly. I'm actually impressed. So not easy. GamerX is thinking about bailing for now and actually going back to farm to have a more comfortable bot-lane fight. And I like this decision. Hopefully on the way he also checks Aqueduct. He can look at the first item here from the side and see that's Grapple Beam. So we'll see if he wants to pick that up. He can't actually get it from here though. He needs to go from the bottom and spark. Or spark from here, but it's a pretty tight short charge. Yeah, these are speed blocks. And power bombs don't actually reveal them in this game. Oh my goodness, the snail being silly. You can power bomb these. I think you can regular bomb them as well. I learned that in this tournament. There we go. Skarsnik doesn't have Ice Beam to make this easy. Has to find a way to actually get across. What you can do... Oh, GamerX wanted that E-Tank. He might go back for it. But what Skarsnik can actually do is he can get a Shine Spark going left and then run right, which will generate speed echoes, allowing him to pass through all the bugs that way. Or can just use power bombs, but then he doesn't actually have the means to get out. He needs at least one power bomb to get out. I wouldn't hate to see him just check the item at this point. But yeah, if you're in this situation, what you want to do, the easiest way that I found is just to run left, get your Shine Spark, and then run right, and use the speed echoes to get past all the bugs. And then you'll still have enough time to spark, as long as you're relatively quick. See a little bit of the rando knowledge that Skarsnik had, though. You saw when Skarsnik was farming here, where GamerX just was. He was using the grapple beam to kill the bugs and pick up the drops quicker. GamerX is just using plasma shots. Looks like he's gonna check some sand pits before, or maybe he just wants to save before Botwoon just in case. He's got the farm beam. He does wanna get that other E-tank. Maybe he did already. I missed it. I was looking at the person. Fortunately, Skarsnik in this area we saw GamerX go through, where there isn't a whole lot here, just a bunch of missiles and a super. But at this point, Skarsnik would take a super, but actually he can't do this. If he goes up here, he's soft locked. Wait, he doesn't have a power bomb to get back out. Okay. Okay. Good, he didn't spark up. That would have been disastrous. I don't know if the boulders can drop power bombs. I also don't even know if he can kill them with what he has. I don't remember if supers kill the boulders. Yeah, these jumps here are so tight for GamerX. He actually got kind of stuck in the ledge. I don't think I've seen that. Geometry in this game is so weird. It just does whatever it wants, I'm telling you. I've been saying this all my life, all my days. Well, Botwoon has started. GamerX wants to do as much damage as he can while Botwoon's moving slowly. Because once Botwoon starts moving quickly, it can be very difficult to actually deal damage, especially with how awkward the hitbox is. So he's got 4 supers so far, 5, 6, still 6. Botwoon not being nice, not giving him a pattern where he sticks his head out, or pokes his head out of the hole. So GamerX is gonna have to do this the hard way. Should only need a few more missiles, though. And he's got plenty, so he can kind of shoot them off without too much worry. And there we go. Botwoon is down. He also technically didn't even need to do this fight, by the way. He did have Dragon dead. He could have gone through the other way. And where's he off to now? Interestingly, GamerX doubled back. Wonder where he's going. What does he have in mind? Oh, you know what? He wants to C-tank. Right? Or he just wants to farm up, but there's actually a nice farm spot right after Botwoon, the speed blocks. There's a nice little farm spot. Maybe GamerX doesn't remember that. Skarsnik looks like he is going up to check Critaria Powerbomb. This might be the last item here in Critaria, and if it's something big, then that is a solid advantage for Skarsnik. If this is like charge. And that is not charge. Actually, the worst item Skarsnik could hope for, because he knows that Plasma Beam is on the other side of Gauntlet. And he's going to go back for that instead. No big surprise there. GamerX has farmed up enough ammo for Ridley. Of course, we know he will not be fighting Ridley anytime soon, because the boss at the other side of East Meridia is not Ridley. It's either Dragon or... not Dragon, either Phantoon or Kraid, because Ridley is at Kraid's lair, which is all the way in Critaria. So, what have we not seen? I'm trying to think. Because we're missing Croc. We're missing Crocomire. And we're missing, I think, the Retro Brinstar transition. I think that's the last one, and that does have potentially good items. Alright, Skarsnik could just go through the right here. Okay, there we go. Now he's gonna get his Plasma Beam. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Crocomire is at Meme Route, the behind morph transition. And there are, once again, if I'm not mistaken, there are 2 items there, and they kind of have to be good items at this point. What is left that we don't know? There's Charge Ice, Bombs, Screw Attack, and X-Ray. 2 of those are in Croc. 1 of those is in Kraid. One's in Lower Norfair. I think there's 1 more. I'm not sure. One's in Wreck Ship. Okay, so that's all 5 items that we don't know yet. We know Wave Beam is in Lower Norfair, even though neither runner has it, because Skarsnik has seen it. We have seen both sides of LN. Or both entrances, rather. Hopefully the runners remember where they are, because I'm going to be honest, at this point I do not. I know where one of them is. I know where the back of Lower Norfair. It's at the elevator, the top of the elevator left in Norfair. In Upper Norfair, that is. But how they get back there from here is... that's for them to figure out, because I do not remember exactly where they need to go. So we do know that Kraid is going to be at the bottom of Lower Norfair. Keep that in mind. The good news for GamerX, even though he hasn't seen Kraid's lair at Critaria, he will need to go back to Critaria for G4, and if he's been keeping track of the areas at this point, he should know that the 2 places he hasn't seen, as in Crocomire and Kraid's lair, are both linked to Critaria. So once he finishes Lower Norfair, or once he just goes back for it to look for Kraid, he will find that Kraid's lair area. It is possible that Screw Attack is at Crate tank, and Screw Attack is actually lower Norfair locked, which would be pretty mean in a seed like this. But it's Randomizer. We'll do that sometimes. Fantoon has been defeated. So now, where will GamerX go? I think... I'm actually trying to think what I would do in this position. It wouldn't be unreasonable for him to go into Wreck Ship and check all the items there, now that he has access to all of those. There is one item there. It could be Screw Attack or Charge Beam, or Ice Beam. All of which would be quite helpful. Skarsnik, meanwhile, has made his way out of Critaria. Now, he's got all of the boss areas. He knows where... No, he hasn't actually seen Wreck Ship yet. But we know that Wreck Ship is at the top of Red Tower, so if he continues on his current path, he will likely see it shortly. And Dragon is pretty easy with Grapple Beam and Gravity Suit, so probably what Skarsnik will go for. Presumably. Not sure why GamerX is doing this check. It is potentially a super missile or something, and GamerX might be thinking about chargeless. It's not going to be a major item though. Well, another E-Tank is nice. I'm gonna see one of the little HUD edits that they make to fit the countdown itself as the blue E-Tank when you have two E-Tanks in that spot. Looks pretty cool. That enemy might be the worst defender of enemies that just stop moving when they're off screen, because it'll just get stuck in midair and you have to fly around for a bit to actually get it back in a position where you can kill it. GamerX does get out, and here's Wreck Ship for Skarsnik. He knows it's not Ridley, and he can kill all the other bosses, so like I said, I would be surprised if he does not go through this. Just to kill the boss. So where does this put GamerX? I believe it puts him at the bottom of West Meridia. So this is a new item check here for Skarsnik, because GamerX did not check this area. If it's good, and it's not, it's just a missile. If it was good, it would be non-trivial. It's the outcome of the race, that is. GamerX looks to be on his way to Critaria, I assume. See if he goes out of his way for that missile pack. I would doubt it, but he might. Skarsnik is on that dragon fight. Unfortunately, didn't get the quick grapple kill, but he's got enough health that he can just do the slow one. Looks like he is going to wriggle out, though. Go for the quick kill again. Didn't get it that time either, and this time he's just going to let it go. GamerX actually heading to lower Norfair, it looks like. Heading to the front of LM. This is some very fortunate patterns for Skarsnik. Dragon just now started hitting him. Does need to connect to the... There we go. Needs to hit the grapple. And he does. So there's 2 items in lower Norfair. We'll see how thorough GamerX wants to be. He wants to be really thorough. He could go fight GT, but he's not a great loadout. We'll need to use super missiles to reliably deal damage to him. Unless Charge Beam is in the room, of course. Looks like he's planning on save scumming it. Skarsnik is done with Dragon. I don't think GamerX ever checks spooky missiles. To answer something in chat. I seem to remember him jumping past it both times that he was there. Escape glitch. He's got a lot of attempts at it, but there we go. So what will be here at Screw Attack? Is this Charge Beam? No. Will GamerX go back and check the 2 items in GT? He's debating it. He's got the save, so I think he should. If he's committed to looking for charge, for sure. So, there's 2 items here. One of them he can't get. The other one's an E-Tank. And the one he can't get is just a super missile. So, the last major item in Lower Norfair still remains a mystery. Here we've got GamerX doing as much damage as he can. There we go. Nice, quick GT fight. So GamerX looks to be continuing through the rest of Lower Norfair. Gonna do some super farming here. He laid the powerbomb too late to hit most of them, though. But they'll come back. There's also a nice farming spot right before Ridley, which we know is actually going to be Crade. GamerX has not seen that Ridley is at Crade's lair, so he is still prepared for the worst. GamerX is mostly full on supers. He'll probably do a little bit more farming before Ridley. Or before Crade. Skarsnik, meanwhile, actually looked like he skipped Wave Beam. Or if he didn't, I missed him picking it up. He is back in Lower Norfair from the other direction. That powerbomb pack is actually kind of nice to find at this point. So to Skarsnik, he knows where Ridley is, so this boss has to be either Crate or Fantoon, and either way, he doesn't need to worry about farming or anything. He's got enough ammo to deal with both. Yeah, Skarsnik actually didn't pick up Wave on his way back into Lower Norfair. GamerX is actually going back for that super pack. Technically, that does put him in go mode. 140 is the bare minimum ammo you would need for a ammo-less Mother Brain 1 and 2 kill. Or chargeless, rather, not ammo-less. But I imagine GamerX is going to be looking for a little bit longer. Hopefully he can just find that charge beam. Skarsnik needs to be careful here. He's taking a lot of damage from these Tuskigas. It's just another powerbomb. A lot of powerbombs in Lower Norfair. Yeah, Skarsnik did kill Dragon. Sorry, I haven't been paying super close attention to chat. There we go. GamerX has a lot of ammo. See if he gets the short charge to the door. Didn't go for it. Might go for it now. Or just farm power bombs for a bit. I like this play. Just make sure you have enough to get through. Without vanilla bombs, it's important to remember how many power bombs you have. Stream of the game not being nice for GamerX. I'd like him to just kill these pirates. Looks like that's what he's planning on doing. Wish he would just use supers, not power bombs, though. This will take a bit. More importantly, take a bit of power bombs. Well, that was only 3. I guess that's not terrible. He needs more, though. He actually needs to farm more. He needs to get more before he actually enters Lower Norfair proper. Or Wasteland, rather. This is definitely Lower Norfair proper. But if not, he'll get soft-locked. And actually... Well, no, he won't even be able to get power bombs of shame. Oh, jeez. Hopefully GamerX goes into Fire Fleece. He'll have power bombs to farm there. And he will end up getting a power bomb pack anyways, I believe. Meanwhile, Skarsnik didn't get the quick kill, I believe. Didn't get the great quick kill, but boss is down. The bombs are acquired. So that's both items in Crate's lair. Once again, so what is left? Where could this charge beam be? There's 2 items at Croc, 1 at Ship. That's Charge Ice and X-Ray. No, there's 2 attackers somewhere. What's the last item? I don't remember. Oh, there's still 1 in Lower Norfair, of course. It's I think at this point, and GamerX actually went past this, it's that Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse missile is the major item here. GamerX took the save, which is good, because he is going to get stuck. He does not have enough power bombs to get through. So it's a good thing he saved. I think he's going to realize this does not... This is not a shot block. Yep. Now he's really stuck. Fortunately, he saved, so he'll be okay. I actually think I might like Skarsnik's position here better. Even though he still needs to go through East Meridia towards where Dragon normally is to fight Phantoon. He has made it through Lower Norfair, which is one of the more difficult and time-consuming parts of the run. He knows where Ridley is. If he's been keeping track, I believe he... Actually, I don't think he knows exactly that G4 is in Critaria, because it could be back of ship for him. I don't think he's seen the back of ship. But that was a long time ago that he would have seen it. It's possible he did, and I just missed it. Skarsnik does not have the health for this. And also doesn't have the power bombs for it either. Oh no, I don't remember when the last time he saved is. That's potentially bad. Okay, he saved after killing Crate, it looks like. I missed it. Well, that's good. But yeah, he does not have the health. What he can do is go farm up Crystal Flash ammo over at the Fire Fleece. And then do a Crystal Flash to get through, if he wants to check Mickey Mouse, which would end up working out, since that is the major item in the area. And it looks like that is his plan. That's crystal flashing. But let's see if he wants a couple more. Looks like he's just gonna bail. We'll also see how he wants to do the crystal flash. He's got a full reserve at the moment. You need to be below 50, including reserves. Or let me rephrase that. You need to be 50 or below, including reserves. So Skarsnik does need to be careful. Actually, just took Varia off like that. I didn't realize he did that. So we're gonna take it nice and safe. Do the crystal flash here. This will give him enough health to get through the reverse acid dive. Whoop, that was interesting. Yeah, it doesn't want to take too much damage here, but with the suit layout and this much energy, he is pretty much fine. It's a very painful fall back down, though. But here we are. And he is checking the item. I hope I'm right that this is the item and I didn't just miss something. I guess it could be behind Ridley, actually. I forgot about that. This doesn't have to be the item, because it's possible that something's behind Ridley. And it's not. There's Ice Beam. So, what was it again? 2 items at Croc, 1 at Ship. Charge, screw, X-ray. At this point, runners are mainly looking for the first one, the charge beam. Skarsnik thought about going back for this drop, but then saw an angry man jumping towards him, decided that maybe he wanted to go the other way. Hey, thanks for the raid, Decalled. Shoutouts, Decalled. It's GamerX. What do I reloaded the room? Just wanted more power bombs, maybe? This has been a pretty tough seed. We still don't know where charge is. So, that is why we're still going this far in. Looks like GamerX is just gonna commit to crystal flashing. So, good use of crystal flash from both runners. Skarsnik actually gonna bail out of front of lower Norfair. I probably would have gone up to West Meridia there. It put him at the back of Green Brinstar. He could have taken the... Yeah, it would have been a lot safer too. Skarsnik's in a little bit of trouble here with only 75 health. He should turn his reserves back to auto. Oh, he doesn't even have power bombs to activate the statue. That's rough. These are power bomb blocks. Yeah, that's a shameful drop in the asset. There isn't actually a great way to get power bombs in the position he's in either. So hopefully he just bails on it. He knows where the other major item in Lower Norfair is, and he knows it's a Wave Beam. GamerX was farming because he hadn't seen Ridley yet. And so it's possible this was Ridley, and he wanted as much ammo as he could get. He might be right that he might not use angle down. I don't think I've seen him angle down in this race. Just going for a normal crate kill, looks like. Went for the quick kill, but it was pretty quick to switch to the normal fight as a backup. He is in no danger here. The only thing he's losing is time. Not too much. That was not the longest fight ever. Skarsnik, yeah, here he is in West Meridia. This is where he wants to be, I think, because he can take that to East Meridia. Looks like he just wanted the power bombs though, and he's actually going back to the front of LN just to pick up all the ammo there. Again, Skarsnik is really far away from being able to beat this seed chargeless. It's the one issue he has right now, really. So, GamerX only has one boss left, and if he's been keeping track, either by using map tracker or just remembering everything, then he should know that Kraid is linked to Critaria because he's seen every transition except Moat, Meme Route, Kraid, and Crocomire. So if he knows that, then he should know that he just needs to get back to Critaria and finish out the seed. But without Charge Beam, it's a little more awkward. So hopefully he does find Croc, and Croc has the goods. Skarsnik needs to be a little careful here. There is a health refill though. Take it. GamerX has bombs, by the way. I don't know if Beep to the Boop is here at the moment. Shoutouts to Beep, though. Been doing tracking for a while. I believe Kirito as well was tracking for a bit. Kirito has been a volunteer at SpeedGaming for a long time. So it's always cool to see him be cool. I don't know. GamerX actually not checking the items on his way out of Lower Norfair. Interesting. But this takes him to Norfair. I don't remember if there's a transition from Upper Norfair to Critaria. He does have the option of going into Ship. Ship is awake now because he's killed Fantoon, and so he can actually check a few places for the item there. Looks like he's either found something on the map or he's going somewhere else. I honestly don't remember where the transitions are in Upper Norfair. Fortunately, Beep also made a map for me. that I should be using. Wow. So the fastest way to Critaria would be towards Gravitron, apparently. That links to the far left transition in Critaria. Looks like that's where GamerX is headed, actually. He's seen the lines. Unless... What else could he have in mind here? He might actually check the reserve item just to get 3 minor items. Might check Norfair reserve. Looks like that's what he's doing, yeah. Immediate reward with a super, that's big. Skarsnik, meanwhile, was not able to fight GT. You can get in a spot there that you can actually lock him in place and use Grapple Beam to farm super missiles, but it's pretty tricky, and Skarsnik wasn't actually able to manage it. Plus, entering the fight with really low ammo was a rough situation. I don't think he'll be back. Like I said, Skarsnik's really far from actually being able to finish the game without charge, but it looks like he is going back for it. Yeah, Mickey Mouse had Ice Beam. Alright, so GamerX getting 50 supers. He's a lot more comfortable now. He is on his way to the right place that would lead him back to Critaria. Yeah, this transition would lead him back. And there he is. He's got to remember if he wants to be here. There is another major item here. Of course, we know that it's Spacer Beam. Let's see what happened to Scars there. I think he got sat on by GT. GamerX about to figure out that he does not have Ridley dead. I think he knows already. He's shooting at Ridley already. Guess he was just double checking, maybe? Nice gate glitch there from Skarsnik. I believe that's his second. Still doesn't have great ammo entering the fight. It looks like what he's doing is actually picking up the ammo and taking the refill, and then he might actually enter from the front so he can pick up the super missile. GamerX is headed down to Croc. Will Croc have the goods, and will GamerX even bother? Both important questions to ask. He's just looking for Kraidslayer. He knows Kraidslayer is either here or at Moat, and unfortunately he is taking the incorrect gamble at the moment. The good news is, it might get him Charge Beam. We'll see if GamerX wants to do this. He has plenty of ammo for this, and he is at the ship, so he can refill. And the game actually gives him a refill anyways, like the Turian elevator, because it's area rando. I'd like to see him use supers, but that's okay. Still having a pretty comfortable Critaria Crocomire fight. He's in Critaria, kind of. What's here? Another super. It's nice. But if he continues into Crocomire, he probably finds Charge Beam. There's a 2 in 3 chance. So we'll see what GamerX wants to do, if he wants to leave. Looks like he's going to commit to at least the first few checks. And there's the Charge Beam immediately. I think Gamer just bails from here. Sure, he can get an X-Ray, or a Screw Attack, or technically he doesn't know where Ice and Wave are. I don't think he's going to be too worried about that, though. I think he just wants to leave. He's got a very comfortable go mode now. The only thing he's kind of missing is a good way to do Zeb Skip. The speed Zeb Skip is his only option, but he's got so much ammo that it doesn't even matter at this point. Ice Beam also would have been nice for the Metroids, but once again, well... Thinking about it, the potential of finding Ice Beam would be very good for GamerX, but unfortunately nothing else really helps him, and we know that he won't find Ice Beam, whatever the other item is at Croc. So once again, GamerX should know, if he's been keeping track, which it looks like he does. He's been routing the end of the seed really well. But he should know that Grade Flare has to be at Moat. Skarsnik, meanwhile, had to do a little bit of thinking. He needs to get to Aqueduct so he can actually get through, kill Fantoon. But that does not lead him to Aqueduct because it is area rando and this door is blocked off. Yeah, that door is blocked off, and the door that normally leads to that room actually leads back into Aqueduct, just so the areas stay linked to each other. I don't think Skarsnik was ready to see that. It's kind of a weird feature of area rando if you aren't used to it. Yeah, Skarsnik did not exactly want to be in this position. I think Aqueduct, like the front of Aqueduct was in the top, the Orange Fish entrance in West Meridia. That's where he wants to go. It looks like he's reviewed the footage, and that looks like that's the direction he's headed. Unless... What else does he have in mind? It's a pretty rough spot to be in. Is GamerX gonna check this major item? He should. It could be ice, it could be wave. It is spring ball, which is not exactly what you wanted to see, but it's not a bad item to have. If only for the sentiment. Alright, Skarsnik is on his way to Aqueduct. This is a little bit tricky. He needs to do a mid-air morph, but he needs to do it well enough that he still has both forward and, in this case, leftward momentum, so he can actually get through the gap there and make it to the top of the room. It's a bit tricky for Skarsnik. Problem is, there isn't a lot else he can do. The only other way into Meridia, I believe, would require quite a bit of backtracking. Yeah, gravity jump is an option. Looks like he's got it with the crab freeze. What is going on? Oh, the crab was frozen in his way. Yeah, this door is still not open. Good fight. Good Ridley fight for GamerX. I wasn't watching it too closely, but looks like he just kind of went for a safe fight with the charged plasma. He knows this could be an item. Or doesn't know that it can't be, rather. So he's going to check it. Unfortunately, just gets a missile. Bringing his total to 110.55. That is well over what you would need to do chargeless, but of course GamerX was able to find that charge beam. That is all the bosses down for GamerX. He knows where G4 is. Funny enough, the route he's taking is actually... I've got a vanilla category route, almost GT Classic, going from Moat to where G4 normally is in the vanilla game, because that was a vanilla transition. Gets to show off that any percent movement here. GamerX. See what he can do. Skarsnik, meanwhile, has made it to Aqueduct. Yeah, GamerX taking the refill. Maybe doesn't know that the area rando gives you a refill at the Turian elevator. It's another weird niche that, if you don't know about them... It's a little awkward. But regardless, is on his way down to the end of the game. Unfortunately, without that ice beam, he will need to use power bombs on the Metroids, and I think the first one is running away from him at the moment. He needs to go back and get that. There we go. He's got plenty of power bombs, so he doesn't actually need to worry about grouping them all at once. Obviously, it's a little bit faster, but it's also a little bit tricky. It's because the Metroids can do exactly what we saw that first one do for GamerX, where it just gets locked on the edge of the screen and just is permanently running away from you. Skarsnik, I believe, is one super off on the Spot-to-Win fight. Oh, it's even less. He was only 2 missiles. So 2/3 of a super off. Funny enough, I think GamerX saw a super missile up here at a Botwini tank and just ran past it. He never actually went back for it. But regardless, he is in a very comfortable position here. I'm gonna turn off the suits just so he takes more damage from Baby Metroid, as well as this big hopper here. Side hopping. It's funny enough, it's actually turning off Varia suit that makes the Baby Metroid drain your health faster. Not the gravity. Baby Metroid and Mother Brain both do damage calculation based on Varia suit, but not on gravity. Why you'll see some runners turn off Varia for in preparation for stand-up glitch. They'll make Mother Brain do 60 tanks of damage instead of 3, which a lot of runners find to be more comfortable in setting up your health properly for a stand-up. You don't need to do any extra damaging down. So each of the Zebatites take either 11 missiles or 2 missiles and 3 supers. You can also use 4 supers if you don't care about being efficient, which at this point GamerX really doesn't. He's got plenty of ammo and that charge beam to back it up. And even if he didn't have charge beam, he'd still have plenty of ammo. Looks like he's just going to use missiles, though. Actually, time going out, probably. That one was a little bit rougher. The other rough thing about not having Ice Beam is that with Ice Beam, if you freeze these Rinkas, they'll respawn a lot slower for some reason. I don't know if it's hard-coded or just a weird bug. But it's a weird bug that's quite helpful during Mother Brain 1. Unfortunately, GamerX didn't have access to it. Skarsnik gets a nice Fantoon fight. Funny enough, GamerX kind of doing the opposite of what most people would do with ammo, where he's actually firing off all his ammo before using the charge beam. He needs to be a little bit more careful than he is. I don't think he's planning on going for stand-up, but doesn't want to take too much damage here. You know, GamerX, I don't think he has an angle down. I wonder if he has an angle up. I don't think I've seen him use angle up very much. Well, there he does immediately. But I see him do a lot of jump shots instead of angling up. It might just be a comfort thing, but there's something to note. Either way, though, GamerX in a very good position. Barring a catastrophe, will pick up his first win of the tournament, actually. Skarsnik on his way back to Critaria. Maybe. Still doesn't have charge beam, so he's kind of still checking minor items. GamerX doing the safe strat on Mother Brain 3, just standing further back in the room. You can technically stand in the corner and just hold shot, but it's pretty laggy having the beams travel that far. I think Skarsnik missed the transition in the quicksand. He was a little bit too far right initially, and he kept going right. We'll get there in just a second, though. It's always so funny just seeing the slow jog down into the sand. Something I always thought was really funny as a kid. Now speedrunners are boring. We try to quick drop into the sand because it's faster. Why can't we think about what's funnier more often? Here we are, GamerX in the final stretch. He is going to finish in first place with an official time of 2 hours, 19 minutes, and 46 seconds. GG, GamerX, picking up a win to end off the tournament. Always gotta feel good. It's a long seed, a rough one. It was a pretty rough opening, especially for less experienced runners. I think we kind of saw GamerX almost improve as he went on. I think early on he was making a lot of weird routing decisions, and later on in the seed, once he had the information, I think he routed it really well. Which is really cool to see, the progression. Meanwhile, Skarsnik is here at the end of the game, but still doesn't have the ammo he needs to actually finish. Yeah, Croc is here connected to Critaria for Skarsnik, so hopefully he goes down and checks it. Skarsnik is on his way to fight Ridley, as we are joined by GamerX. GG on the race. On
so
the
happy
win.
to say that I can win by 1-1.
Yeah, imagine. Always feels good to win. Like I said, like I've been saying, I think you played the back half of that seed really well. Especially in your routing.
My first goal was to try and figure out just where everything was going to end up. You may have noticed that, you know, a lot of path thing that I took was just gathering information, because I wanted to know where this was going to go and where that was going to go, and ultimately I had a little trouble trying to, you know, memorize where everything goes, but overall, I mean, I'm quite content that I was able to complete this one, because this, as you mentioned, was one of the rougher ones, and I'm surprised that I was able to get this done, because, you know, I've had several DNFs, you know, in the past, and to be able to finally not only clear one, but also have it be a winning time is really nice. Probably one major thing that I had an issue with on this seed was ultimately just finding the path to Ridley towards the end, because I was kind of, shall we say, a little bit lost trying to find the last transition to the Crate boss room, which had Ridley in it. But once I found that, that's when everything was just complete, you know. So
I definitely saw you take some pauses there to figure out the best way to go, but you did pick what I think was the best route over back towards Critaria to get to Kraid's Lair.
yeah, and
really nice.
I was basically checking all the transitions to find the way to Kraid's Lair, and I'm just glad it didn't take me too long, or I didn't forget any of the transitions, because otherwise this would have taken longer and might have gave my opponent a chance to catch up.
I think Skarsnik's in a lot of trouble here. Speaking of which, he also has not found charge. You found that like right at the end. So I guess I can ask you, since you picked up so much ammo before finding charge. So what were your thoughts once you actually found it?
Yeah, charge was very late, and I'm surprised I even found it. I was prepared to do Mother Brain without it, because I made sure to collect a lot of ammo, because one thing you'll see from me is while I don't have charge, I'm grabbing a lot of freaking missiles, and I don't care if, I don't care if I run into like 20 packs of supers or 15 missiles on my way to finding charge. If I don't have charge, I will gather as many missiles as I can, because without charge, I just don't feel comfortable taking on the Ridley and Mother Brain boss fights without a large supply of supers and missiles, because it only takes one troll Ridley AI to be sitting there pumping shots into him and missing like 50% of them, which really sucks. And not only that, it makes it so you have to refill quite a few times, and I know I had to stop a couple times at my ship to refill because I just did not want to chance being out of ammo.
I think there were a few times, there were a couple people in chat saying, because you found grapple beam, you can actually use grapple beam to farm the farm bugs in Meridia and Lower Norfair.
See, I'm aware of it, but I don't think to use it, perhaps, and it kind of just slips my mind. I'm always used to just shooting the things down, so I suppose that could have helped me, kill them off a little bit faster and not have to deal with, wasting time shooting them down. But
that's fair. I think another thing people are asking is if you actually have angled down unbound.
Angle down.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever use it.
I hate to say this, but I got into a habit of pushing only one button to angle my shots. It's like I do have angle down, but I only mainly use it when I'm doing arm pumping. Other than that, I just have a bad habit of not using angle down. Especially if I'm jumping, I usually shoot upwards. It's kind of a bad habit, per se. But no, it is bound. I can totally use it, and you'll see me use it when I'm arm pumping, but...
Yeah, I do think that's something that takes a lot of getting used to if you're newer to the game, is using the angle buttons to their full potential. This game can be weird sometimes. For sure. Skarsnik, meanwhile, has killed Ridley and is making his way back. But yeah, trying to think what else I have to say. I guess I can ask what you're looking forward to for... Because this tournament is, I believe, over for you. But I guess your plans with Super Metroid as a whole from here, and all the things, whatever you've taken from...
I plan on taking part in the Enter% tournament here that's coming up. It's not the randomizer, but, keep going. I have as I mentioned in the Discord, I actually got Actually, I didn't mention in the Discord. I mentioned it in the race route. I just got a PB recently for any percent, and it was a 1 hour and 15 minutes. And going forward, I hope to get that time down as well, because I plan on trying to take part in the any percent tournament that'll be coming up, and I definitely want to try and do a much better showing there because that's base game stuff. It's not randomizer, so I would think it'd be, I could be a little bit more competitive there. So I'm looking
It's
forward to
possible.
seeing how well I do.
Yeah, well, best of luck to you.
Thank you. And I will definitely probably come back for another shot next year, or at the randos, because I do a lot of speedrunning stuff, so this is definitely something I want to get into, so to speak.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. I think we've seen.
I've also, if I can just get my Mario skills back from when I was a child, I was thinking about also doing some of the Mario Bros. Speedruns, because I've got a run on speedrun.com for the original one on All Stars version. So I've got a lot of things planned for future speedrun stuff. It's just a matter of, time and getting it done, and hopefully cutting out as much as I can in terms of time usage. Make everything go as fast as possible.
Once again, best of luck in your future speedrunning endeavors. Yeah, y'all in chat, go follow GamerX459. Keep bringing you more speedrunning content. That's what we're all here for, really. So, I guess you can stick around for the.
But my grandma bought me some Sonic chili dogs, and I am getting hungry, and those are looking mighty tasty. So if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna run off. I'm hungry.
Well, good luck with that. Enjoy the chili dogs.
Yes. Thank you, and take care.
So I think Skarsnik might be a little bit lost. He was in G4, or in Critaria, where G4 is linked, but I don't think he's seen the transition. Maybe just looking for ammo. He hasn't seen the back of Rex ship either, actually, funny enough. He passed by this last time. I didn't see what the ammo distribution is, but it feels like it's been very missile heavy. Which, to be fair, most seeds are. Been a lot of missiles. Also needs to be a little bit careful here. He can technically Crystal Flash. Or, no, he can't, because he has health in his reserves. He just doesn't have his reserves active. I would have liked him to at least turn them to auto, just to be safe. Needs to be a little bit careful here. But yeah, it looks like he's just clearing Rex ship for ammo. So it would seem. his way. Charge Plasma, not Charge Plasma, but Ice Plasma definitely helping him out a lot here as he makes his way through the attic. Just took it nice and safe because his health was a little bit low. Like I said, I kind of wish he turned his reserves back on, but that's okay. Just another missile. And here is... That E-Tank is kind of nice, actually, just for the refill. Can't actually get down to the item from here. Needs to use the super block. I see some vanilla X-ray strats here. And there it is. There's the block he needs to shoot. Just another E-Tank, though. Goodness. Minor items in Rex ship have not been nice to Skarsnik. See what's here behind bowling for Skarsnik. Let's see what there is. There's a super missile. There we go. Now we're getting towards the right track here. That's technically go mode, but once again, it's a minimum ammo go mode. So Skarsnik is probably looking for a little bit more. I wonder where he goes now. He technically hasn't checked beta powerbomb. That door's still shut. I think this was just a missile, though. No, it was a super. So from here, it looks like Skarsnik's going back to Critaria, I would assume. I check X-ray. I don't think it's a good idea. It's pretty slow. But if you want a little bit more ammo, then it wouldn't be unreasonable. Skarsnik did take the refill at the ship. Didn't need to do that again. Could have taken the elevator, but that's okay. And he is headed to G4. This is not the most comfortable ammo. He just needs to make sure not to lose super missiles before entering Mother Brain. Yeah, you're gonna see Skarsnik just playing it safe. Gonna kill all these Metroids with missiles. He can refill his missiles after the Metroid room, so even if he doesn't have full missiles, it's not a big deal. He can't refill his supers. So he wants to keep all 55. Power bombs also don't really matter, since power bombs don't damage Mother Brain 1 or Mother Brain 2. In fact, the only boss that actually takes damage from power bombs is Ridley. Funny enough. Unless you use some alternative strategies. As in Spazer plasma beams. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, there's a one of the combos called Chainsaw Beam. By using Chainsaw Beam, you can actually make it so Phantoon takes damage from power bombs. Which is a very weird interaction that never comes up in casual play, obviously, and rarely comes up in high-level play because it's very slow, and most tournaments outlaw the use of Spacer Plasma. Or, well, that's not really true. It's just outlawing space-time, but the other useful beams like Murder Beam and Chainsaw Beam are so slow that they don't really see any use. Skarsnik facing right, looking at his victorious opponent. Inspires him to go on. He can finish as well. That one block that Skarsnik's standing on, I believe that one block is a normal block. It's not a shot block. It's a little silly, the geography of that room. Skarsnik needs to be a little bit careful. He has reserves. He can turn those on. I wish he had automatic reserves on. Skarsnik didn't refill his missiles. I think he's going to kill all the Zebs first, though. I assume what he's doing is he's going to kill all the Zebs and then refill. Go back and refill. Unfortunately, if he does the Zeb skip, even though the back Zebs won't unload, once he leaves and re-enters the room, he will still need to kill all the Zebs. So he can't Zeb skip and then kill the first one. Alright, Skarsnik just gonna kill all the Zebs. All the Zebatites. Gonna go back and refill. I hope Skarsnik saves, just to be safe. No reason not to at this point. Just want to finish. Well, he didn't. Although he might just be breaking the glass of Mother Brain and then refilling again. He did save earlier before doing this. Alright, the glass is broken. So Skarsnik, excuse me, can leave. Refill again. Probably refill his health as well, just to be safe. He's taking a little bit of acid damage. So he will need 30 missiles to kill Mother Brain. Mother Brain 1. And then he'll have plenty of ammo to kill Mother Brain 2. Yeah, when I was talking about minimum ammo, I was actually referring to minimum ammo without this Mother Brain 1 and Zeb kill. But you can actually do it in a little bit lower ammo than what Skarsnik had. If you do what he's doing and kill all the Zebatites and break the glass before committing to the fight. Alright, we're gonna see a save. Alright, so Skarsnik, he can do this with 30 missiles exactly, if he doesn't miss anything. If none of the shots get blocked by the turrets. Well, there's one getting blocked immediately. These turrets are a little trolly. This one's being aggressive, goodness. Shot like 3 shots in a row. Directly in the way of Skarsnik's attacks on Mother Brain 1. Okay, so he can afford to miss a lot. Skarsnik can with this ammo. Each missile is equivalent to 3 supers. Each super is equivalent to 3 missiles, excuse me. So he's done the equivalent of 11 super missiles worth of damage to Mother Brain 1. Or to Mother Brain 2. I'm losing my mind. I'm not gonna lie to you. But he had 55. He only needed to do 60, so he could miss 6 supers, and I believe he's missed 2 so far? If I'm not mistaken. Okay. Mother Brain looking mighty dead. Technically, could be in a little bit of trouble with this Mother Brain 2. Getting him down into rainbow beam range. Fortunately, not gonna... Nothing's gonna happen. He could die there. He would have to be pretty unlucky too, but it is possible. I looked away and Skarsnik did something funny on stream. I'm sad. At least I assume that's what chat was reacting to. I didn't actually see. But Skarsnik on to Mother Brain 3. See him just standing in the corner. Doesn't need to move. Mother Brain will eventually die here. Technically, you want to stand... If you're going to be stationary in this fight, you want to be crouching in the very corner, so your shots don't miss as much. Good news. As chat mentions, if you forfeit, you are given a time of 3 hours, so unless something tragic happens for Skarsnik here, he is beating the forfeit time. with how rough the seed went, both in terms of how hard the seed was in the first place and some of the decisions Skarsnik made that didn't pay off, you're gonna be happy to happy to finish, you know? Oof. Spark with bombs. I actually don't think I've ever seen that setup for Behemoth Spark. Although I guess it's not really Behemoth Spark if you don't do the setup. But either way. Don't know if I've seen it before. Skarsnik. Either way, has made it to the end with an official race time of 2 hours, 56 minutes, and 37 seconds. That, I believe, is going to do it. Definitely an exciting last race for both runners. A lot of running. It's a good way to put it. Yeah, be sure to give both our runners, Skarsnik and GamerX. I'm not going to try to say Skarsnik's full Twitch name. Give them a follow, as well as Beep to the Boop, doing the tracking. Has been doing a lot of tracking for this tournament. And that's cool, because trackers are cool. Because that means I don't need to think as much.
Skarsnikus. That's how you say it.
Thanks. Just to be clear, that was GamerX jumping into voice and not Skarsnik. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. We got, I believe, a race going on. Let me double check the channel. I know we do have another race that's happening in a couple minutes. Well, a little more than a couple minutes, but Sentient Flatbread versus Travatox on SpeedGaming if you want to keep watching more Randomizer tournaments. And if not, then we will see you later.